Greetings everybody, David Cooley here from PrimeMortal Fitness. Today going through a really simple yoga stretch. I've been sat at my desk quite a lot today and this will feel wonderful. I only just got up, did some room arranging, so I'm not warmed up, I haven't been doing lots of movement. We're just going to see how we go to be gentle to our bodies and get our bodies a little stretch after we've been sat at our desks all day. So let's just start by having a little seat, which sounds counterintuitive after we've been sitting, but we're sitting cross-legged just to let the knees fall out to the sides. Breathe in, breathe out. Just start to recognize that you are away from your desk, that time is past, maybe just for a little while, maybe you have to go back to work, but for right now it's just you and your mat. If you'd like to put on some gentle music, you can. Otherwise, just breathe with me and have your breath and your heartbeat be the only accompaniment. Nice breath in and out. And peel open the eyes and we will get started. So I'm just going to come into an easy balasana, an easy child's pose. Knees as wide as you like, big toes to touch, and just push all the way back. Enjoy. I'm going to be heavy on the mat here for just a couple of breaths and then start to move. Just natural breathing too, I'm not doing it with Ujjayi. And start to walk the fingers forward to lift the elbows, push back a little bit more deeply, appreciate the length of the back. Also the compression at the front of the hip, flexion. And I inhale, lift my head. Exhale, I'm threading my right arm underneath my left into an easy twist. And just letting it be, pretty heavy, this arm on the ground. And just now, about 2 breaths into it, I felt that stretch go into my back, like middle back muscles. And as I breathe, I can feel the stretch deepen and also lessen. Inhale, unthread. Exhale, rethread. Left arm under right. Let's have a few breaths there. Inhale to unwrap. Exhale to roll forward into that cat stretch. So I have to walk my knees in a bit, bring my hands in a bit and point the elbows back. I roll from the base of the spine, tucking the tail, push, squeeze the chest, tuck the chin. Then I tilt the pelvis and roll all the way through the rest of my spine. Breathing in, pushing my heart forward. And then I'm going to stretch through the front of my neck as well. So I push the tongue to the roof of my mouth, just behind my teeth, and I start to stretch. And your exhale start to come through again, nice and slow. You can be slower than me, you can be faster, whatever feels right for you. Inhaling into that cow shape from the base all the way to the top, slowly, sequentially, articulating. And then if you're doing that front of neck stretch, remember, push the tongue behind the teeth, upper teeth. Let's come right back to nice flat back. Tuck your toes, lift, and come into downward facing dog. Walk your hands out a little bit if you need to. Start to move the hips. I like to start by kind of swaying through the hips, then I start swaying through the chest as well. And lastly, I let the head come into the equation. Then I might start to move things in opposite directions from one another. And I appreciate the twists. And to see what might need to be stretched. And for me, I have to admit, probably for you too, it's similar things, right? Hamstrings, glutes, we think about those a lot, lower back. For me, I noticed that my calves, both of the major calf muscles, soleus and gastrocnemius, they always feel tight. They just always have. That's just where I keep some tension. Let's have another couple of breaths. And then find stillness. Pushing elbows back and turning them towards your thighs. Shoulder blades are lifting up away from your ears. Sit bones are high. Let's bend the knees as we inhale. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press heels towards the mat. Ooh. I'm going to stay here for 2 breaths. You feel the feet, feel the calves. Feels great. And then bend the knees, look ahead, and slowly walk towards the front of your mat. We walk to the front of the mat. We're just going to hang in ragdoll for a second. So feet hip width, lots of bend in the knees so that the ribs can touch the thighs. And then I'm going to just gently let my knuckles graze the mat as I go side to side. Let the head go 2. And 1 and done. Then keep kind of swaying, but cup opposite elbows. And maybe you start to rock the elbows. Rock through the shoulders as you sway side to side. Last 2 breaths here. And last 1. Slowly climb up halfway, so we're at our half lift. And then draw the shoulders back, push the heart forward, and see if you can really flatten across your lower back as much as you can. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Your head can be above your heart, your head can be in line with your heart. It's a really strong stretch for me right up here towards the top of my hamstrings. Not so much at the knee, but right up here at the top. One more breath in. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift. Easy fold. Reaching up all the way. Inhale. Unlock the knees. Roll through your spine. Reach up high. Exhale to heart center. And inhale up. We begin just a little bit more of a warming sequence. I bend my knees. My feet are hip width. And I'm just slowly diving down. Pulling my fingers back to stretch through the forearms. And touch down all the way. Half lift. Hands can be at the floor if you feel that that gives you a bigger stretch. Just come up to your shins again. Abdomen's very strong as we do this. As you exhale, hands down. We're stepping back into a plank, of course, and let's stay there. So we want to be really strong. You can always bring knees down if you want. You can adjust your hands as you need to. All those things fine. But this is our only plank, our only vinyasa. So let's really lift up and then press the collarbones ahead and flatten the neck. And just be here in our power for a little bit, yeah? I'm lifting up the belly. I have everything hugging in and lifting everything else here. Everything, even the butt. One last breath in. Exhale, coming all the way down. Flatten the feet. Inhale for your baby cobra. Exhale, take it back. Child's pose. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, lift downward facing. On your next inhale, lift up your right leg. Bend the knee. Flex the foot. Open the hip. But then re-square yourself so that you have shoulders and armpits square on the mat. Keep lifting up. Maybe you can see your foot behind you. One more big breath in. We'll stay for the exhale. Wide, low lunge. Step your right foot outside of your right hand and bring the left knee down. Here we are. So maybe you just want to stay here for a little bit, tucking the butt under, sinking the chest. I'm going to come down to elbows. I'll need to slide back my leg first. And I take a big breath in. And I exhale. So this is an interesting pose. We've got some stretching going on. And we have some compression going on as well. So it's not a real hip opener. It's just mobilizing, stretching. It's doing everything here. Coming down deep. Remember, you can use pillows, yoga blocks. You can stay up here, bend your elbows a little bit. So many ways to tailor this pose for you. Now, once again, tailoring the pose for yourself. I start to turn towards my right leg. This is my instructor right. I lift up on my left forearm and elbow. And I'm going to push this knee out a bit so I roll onto the outside edge of my foot, like the pinky toe edge. I'm going to stay here for a little bit and just gently coax the knee out. Now, if my body likes this, I will stay with it. But if it doesn't, then I can just bring my foot back down. I might climb a little closer to my foot. That's just for balance. And then I'm reaching back to take hold of what would be your left foot. So many different ways to do this one as well. If being down here really low doesn't work, please come up high. You can even stand up, hold onto the wall for balance to stretch your quads if you want to. I'm going to try my little trick. It's a bit of a PNF stretch, proprio neuromuscular facilitation. It's a mouthful after a long day at the desk. Kick into your hand, kick, kick, kick. Push, and then slowly stop kicking and just coax in. Ooh, feel those quads. One more time, we'll kick into the hand. And soften. Last breath. And then release the foot. Ooh. Foot to floor on the right side. Climb up. Ooh. Start to heel toe your right foot in. We're coming into a pose called Cleopatra. So tuck your toes, lift up into that low runner's lunge, and make sure you walk your left hand towards your right foot. Take right hand onto, pop, pop, right hand onto right thigh. Point your right toes off your mat and roll to the edge of your left foot. So this is a big butt stretch. You can stay up here. You see that my knee's off the mat. You can also bring the knee down on the mat. And some people, even that doesn't really suit them. So because of the shoulder issues, so they might come down and sit in this kind of a twisty version. All three are stretching some of the same things, just at different intensities. So I don't know why it's called Cleopatra, but I like to kind of twist and be a little regal sailing down the Nile. One more breath. And then I'm coming back out of that. I'm going to heel toe the foot in a little bit here. Keep my heel up at the back. I might hold my foot forward a bit. And then I'm coming into a hamstring stretch here where I keep the heel up at the back. So kind of a high pyramid shape. Feel free to let your back round if you like. Also feel free to push the chest forward. Right, if you have any back injury, you might want to hop the foot in a little bit closer and be up quite high here. If you have any issues with blood pressure, you could be up high for that too. I like to slide this right hip back, breathe, shift the weight forward and back a little bit. You can be playful with this stretch. As long as the breath is smooth and you feel like you're in the right place. Last breath for us. And then simply step forward, half lift. I've got my feet hip width. And take hands down. I'm stepping back to downward facing dog. Then I'm lifting up left leg all the way up. And then you flex the foot, you're on the hip. Square the cheekbones, the armpits, keep lifting your knee up, feel your butt work a lot. And let's slide forward for that wide lunge. Ooh. Here we go. Should feel quite familiar. Sink in. And we do have, to state the obvious, two different hips. So two different hips means possibly two different flexibilities or two different strengths for sure. I know that I'm not as strong in both hips, as strong in my right hip as I am in my left hip. So the leg I have in front actually matches my actual right leg, and that's the weaker hip. It's tighter as well, so I know it's weaker. I'm going to come down to my elbows, maybe. Nice. Please keep your knee pulling into you. This is your left knee pulling towards your left shoulder. We'll breathe in this shape. And then remember, you can climb up anytime you like. I'm walking a little bit closer towards my left foot. Roll out onto the outside edge of the left foot. Coax the knee a little bit. You see I'm just rocking a little bit side to side. I'll leave my foot on the blade edge, climb a little closer to it, and then pick up the foot behind me. feel that tension, and I just want to breathe through it. Just kind of try to relax my thoughts as I relax my shoulders, my jaw, and maybe the quadricep muscles will follow suit, who knows? Let's kick into the hand a couple times. So we kick, 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 and then slowly relax and coax in. That is happening. Second kick, 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 and slowly coax in. 2 more wonderful breaths from now. Okay, maybe 3. Release the foot gently, slowly untwist, climb up. Oh, heel toe in a bit more. Tuck the toes back. We're going into our Cleopatra again. Remember your version. We start by pointing the toes off the mat, climbing closer to our foot, drawing the shoulder blades down, hand to thigh, and a little turn. Adapt as you need to. Come down the Nile with me, but feel that stretch right in the gluteals. 3 more breaths. Inhale, undo your Cleopatra. Oh. Step forward, half lift. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, diving down, fingers pulled back to stretch to the forearms. Half lift. Fold and hold. So feel free to come down here deep. Lots of knee bend, hug in, belly lifted. And simply shift a little bit more weight forward. So I'm going to stay here for 1 more breath, and then I'm going to go into Parangustasana and Parahastasana. Right now I'm just lifting my abdomen and letting my body kind of pour forward so I have weight evenly along the length of the foot. And so now Parangustasana, peace fingers around big toe, thumb caps the big toe, half lift or just lengthening, so I'll bend, lengthen a bit more. Lots of space between armpit and leg, and then I just exhale. The elbows bend out to the sides, and the shoulder blades draw up away from the ears, right towards what's going to be the top of us now, which is towards the sit bones. Let's have 3 breaths. I'm going to keep pushing your big toes into your fingers. Halfway lift, inhale. Now if this is enough for you, please just come down and have a seat whenever you need. Otherwise, Parahastasana is next. It's often called gorilla pose. So that's with hands underneath the feet. I'm doing palm to sole of foot, but I've seen people do different versions of this. You pick which one's best for you. Palm under so that the toes come to the wrist creases. Again, lots of knee bend, shoulder blade depression, so they're drawing away from the ears, down the length of the body. Belly is really strong here so the back can stretch. In breath, out breath. One more breath in and out. And let's inhale, become half lift. Slowly, slowly we'll stay here. Press the heart ahead of the toes. Tuck the chin, eyes on the floor. And maybe you close the eyes and breathe here. Pressing sit bones behind. Last breath. You're just going to bend the knees and come to kneeling. Ooh. So there's a lot of back body stretching there. We're going to get into some of the side body here. So I'm going to turn to face you. I'm going to go into a cross-legged position with the right leg in front. So we've been here before. We're going to go into some deeper gluteal stretches, and I'm going to grab a little pillow. So we may choose to use this one. I will leave that right there. So with right leg on top of left, you can stay here at Sukhasana, the normal cross-legged position. You can take foot, blade edge to calf for a half lotus variation, or you can come with me where I'm going to be stacking my lower legs. So I flex the bottom leg and I flex the top leg and I bring ankle to the inner aspect of the knee. I keep pulling the toes back the whole time. Now, if you've ended up like I have, where the knee isn't resting down, please bring a pillow or something to support it. Pillow, yoga block, roller blanket, anything there, and a little inflatable ball if you want. So we have that. Then maybe breath by breath, you'll need it less and less, and then maybe you won't need it at all. Wherever you're at, keep pulling the toes back. Keep feeling good through ankles, knees, and hips. So we've got our joints that are activated, they're getting the muscles to support them, and then we can simply breathe. And I'm breathing, reminding myself to sit up nice and tall, rocking back on the sit bones slightly, 2 breaths. And then I'm going to be twisting to the right, so I'm going to inhale, lift up. As I exhale, an easy right twist, land your hands, keep the belly lifted. Lovely through hips, outside of hips. Front of the hips are not getting a stretch here, but I've got a good sensation there in the hip flexion. Inhale up. Exhale, we'll go into the other side. And then inhale up, side bend to your right first. Remember to roll the left armpit back. You can come as deep as you like. This feels great for me, and I'm reaching, but I'm still pushing down through my left sit bones. Oppositional force here to get that lovely accordion rib feel stretch. And lifting up, going to the other side. Ooh, wonderful stretch right through the low part of the waist. As we exhale, we're going to fold on. I'm just going to kind of creep forward. The belly strong as I round. Ooh. I'm coming down to just elbows. You go as deep as you like. Inhale, come to fingertips. Exhale, stay. Inhale, walk it back. Just going to uncross and recross here and give our legs a little bit of a windscreen wipe. 2 per side, just 2 per side. All right, let's go to the other side. So once again, your options. With your left leg ahead, you've got Sukhasana, you've got half lotus, and then you've got the other one. Sometimes this is double pigeon, some people call this box. Use the pillow, use the cushion, use whatever you use on the other side for a couple of breaths at least. Remember, both toes, both sets of toes are pulled back, so it's dorsiflexion of the ankle. And see if maybe you don't need that anymore. And stay for a couple of quiet breaths. Sitting up tall, inhale. Let's exhale to twist to the left. And do some movements through your neck if you want to. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, side bend, you're going towards your left. Inhale. Nice and sweet. Exhale, other side. Inhaling up. Exhale, folding. You can have a straight back fold or round back like we did last time. Inhale, fingertips. And exhale, relax the shoulders. And inhale, walking back. Exhale, deep pretzel. Windscreen life. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And finishing up with Baddha Konasana. So we bring soles of the feet together. This could be enough. This would be a little less. And this would be more if you slide forward. Press the feet against one another. You can do a few flutters. And then if you want to stay here, you may, or tipping forward. Again, lifting the belly. I'm going into a lower back stretch. Once again, I was sat at that desk a lot today. And so that my lower back muscles were always going to pull up and keeping me lifted. Now I'm going to give them permission by pulling in my belly and folding to let go. So 5 breaths here. Inhaling to come back up. Exhaling, bring legs together. Ooh. And then let's lie back for just a little bit and have a few quiet breaths together. Maybe you have to go back to your desk. Maybe you've got to go and fix dinner or something like that. Let's treat ourselves with a couple of quiet breaths. I'm going to go ahead and turn my toes in and let my knees kind of touch one another so that I can just let myself be. It feels really good for my back to be on the ground like this too. 5 breaths. One more breath in and out. And bring right knee into chest, left knee into chest, hold those there. A little rock side to side. And then you can roll to one side or lift your head up, look at your knees and roll up to seated. And as we finish our practice, however you've sat, if you've sat cross-legged, just swap the cross. Experience something new. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this little stretch after our workday. I really love that you guys are stretching with me, and I'm glad that you're enjoying these videos because it's a big surprise that everyone needs to stretch so much and loves to stretch with me. It's a real surprise and it's wonderful. I really love it. So thanks everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.